The worst thing I would say is the antisocial behaviour of the younger people, definitely.
It's just kids in the woods and stuff. I mean, they set fires and they're always smoking and swearing at you, and you just don't want it, to be honest. You know what I mean? When it's summer, you want to be out and about, but you can't when there's gangs of kids around.
Well, there's nothing for the kids to do round here. And plus, and the worst bit is when you got all the kids hanging around down the exchange shops at night. You don't go out. You don't. I'd never walk down there at night. I won't on my own.
Underage drinking, kind of like people hanging about outside. See that really.
The worst thing about this area, I think, is the antisocial behaviour later on in the evening times. And I think there needs to be more going on for the youth, for them to do later on during the day. I think there's plenty going on for young children, but not enough going on for the older kids.
Like, everybody drinks on a Friday night and gets steaming, and people tag around, if like over there they tag, if you know what I mean.
Well, I know there's a lot of people that drink around here, stuff like that. But it's getting better.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of kids drunk scraps and that, but they're over stupid things, and there's really no point in it. I don't like when people scrap.
It's just a lot of young people that don't seem to have anywhere to go. There's sort of no youth groups. They're at a difficult age, and they sort of hang about in the park or on the streets, and like I say, drinking, etc. Quite intimidating, really, gangs of youths.
Well, you got the people sitting on the park drinking, and the kids want somewhere to play, and the druggies in that. Friday nights at the weekend, that's really bad on there, and they keep you awake for hours.
There's a lot of people with criminal records around here. Like, most people nowadays get put on tag all the time and everything. Everyone drinks and gets smashed and ends up fighting and stuff like that. So.
Yeah. Well, they just hang around the shops and everything. And do you know the off licence? Hang around there.
They're hanging around in quite a few numbers. It's quite intimidating if you need to go to the shops. We see quite a lot of police around the area, so you know things are cracking off somewhere or other around the area. So it gets you a bit nervous if you need to go out somewhere.
I've seen someone get glassed, I've seen someone being stabbed, and I think that's it.
There is a bit of vandalising, like spray painting, but there's not much of it. There's not stuff like people's houses get egged and like that.
Vandalism's a bit of a problem. I had my fence stolen the other day, taken out from the fence itself, which made me laugh at the time, but it's not funny when you've got to replace it, is it really?
Smashing the windows, all sorts, graffitiing everywhere. A lot of the park, they build new things on the park, and they just go and trash it or burn it.
To get people nicking cars, they'll burn it out on the Exchange Park.
Oh, that's just kids. That's what kids do. Bored, make a bit of a fire, burgle someone. It's just normal. Yeah, just burning cars. It's nothing big.
They don't care what they set fire to. And the biggest problem is the rubbish in the woods where we walk our dogs. They'll go in there and set fire to anything they've got. And the amount of times the fire brigade have been called out because they've been on the park. And you notice them because you walk the dogs, you see them there, and then they set fire to everything.
It's just the normal people fight, get drunk, take drugs, burgle, burn cars. It's just the normal stuff that people don't like, but that's what they do.
The kids are always setting fire to it. If you have a look on the park, there's like a little fence thing. They're always setting fire to it.
Yeah, that's because they're bored. They've got nothing to do all day, so they've got to entertain themselves somehow.
Drugs, I'd say, is a big one. Kind of alcoholism. A lot of people come in and just buy a ridiculous amount of alcohol just for every single day.
Well, we've had a bit of a drug problem on the corner where I live, but that's kids collecting, waiting to have a delivery.
It's just got worse, basically. It's just got worse since I've lived here for 5 years, and it's definitely getting worse because, like I said, there's nowhere for the younger people to go anywhere, and there's quite a large generation, so the antisocial behaviour is getting worse.
Not a lot to do around here. I suppose that'd be the worst thing. In terms of recreation and that, you pretty much, once you're past 18, limited to the pubs.
I must admit, I won't take my children to the park because the last time I took them there was broken glass on the slide, and you got a 3-year-old, you don't you don't want kids in any kind of danger that way. And yeah, they do hang around a bit around there. I think there needs to be more of a ranger or something to have a presence there.
It's not nice to walk down the shops at night. I won't walk down on my own at night.
Put it this way, I'm glad I can drive because I'd never walk around the streets at night on my own or with the kids, or I just wouldn't walk around in the streets on my own.
Not particularly, not when it gets dark, no. No, it doesn't feel very safe. Like I said, it's quite intimidating. There's a lot of unsavoury people around this area after dark.
Just because you hear stories all the time of young girls getting raped and things like that, murdered and stuff like that, so I'd just rather just jump in my car and drive somewhere, so no, don't feel safe.
When I sleep around my friend's house, they always say, I daren't go around that shop because there might be scraps.
That sort of thing is a bit frightening. You tend to lock all your doors, even in the day, and it's not very good.
It's not too bad now the cameras are going up around, but yeah, before that, I didn't like going out on my own at night with the kids.
Well, the good thing at the moment is that they put that camera up and it's drove away all the kids from the newsagents and that, and from drinking in there and playing football all around there and kicking the doors at the shutters at 2 o'clock in the morning, waking everybody up.
Yeah, I feel safer than being in Loughborough or Beaumont Leys where we was going to live. But I feel safe here because I know a lot of people and we've been around here for a couple of years and it's really happened.
Oh yeah, I feel safe, yeah. Oh yeah, a lot more than I used to.
I find it safe, yeah, but I don't know, for the elderly people, I could see it might be a bit intimidating with all the people, all the young kids sitting around and that. But that, like I said before, if they had more stuff for the young kids to do, maybe they wouldn't all congregate around the shops. This area, all the kids always hang around here, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I think it's safe, fairly safe anyway, safe as anywhere else.